With Ruination obviously being nerfed quite recently, and the rest of the combiners being buffed, people are sort of talking at the minute about which combiner to use. And I think you'll find that if you talk to 100 people, you'll get a variety of answers. Some people will say Omega Supreme or Overlord, some will say Computron and Alkaiser, some will say Volcanicus and Predaking. And there's no right or wrong answer. But I thought it's important that, before you sort of make a choice on one of those three, which to maybe go for or which one to use, I thought it's important to go through the pros and cons and why you would maybe choose one combiner for one battle and one for a different one, or why you would stick to one maybe. And so I'll go through each one, talk about the pros and cons, why I would use them, why I wouldn't use them, and what situations to use them in as well. So first off, Omega Supreme. Now, I think out of the three combiners we're talking about, Volcanicus, Omega Supreme, and Computron, I feel like Omega Supreme has the most survivability out of the three. I find that he stays alive a lot more. And the way I sort of find that I'm using Omega Supreme is that I stay back quite a bit and clear an area in front of him rather than rushing in. I feel like when we use Ruination on the bots, you tend to rush in first, have that protection, do a bit of damage, do damage in an area. But I feel like Omega Supreme hasn't quite got that amount of survivability. But he does a lot of damage in a small area. Can clear out a really, really good area. Now, the electric and the fire don't really match in terms of overlapping each other and comboing. But with that, and with the after death ability of the lightning bolts, or the after death ability of the 4-star as well, with the reflection shield, I just feel like there's a lot of utility in him for staying alive and keeping your bots alive and doing lots of damage. So Omega Supreme is really good, but it's not my combiner of choice because I like to be able to do some damage where I want it, not just where I drop the combiner. But it does have a good use in that sense. Next up, we've got Volcanicus, and I feel like Volcanicus, generally I use him if I want to do some damage and the area is quite far away and it is a cluster. So generally, if I get rid of the shield gen and I want to get rid of the MDS and the Liege Claw and the general cluster around, then Volcanicus is the bot. I feel like he's wasted trying to do damage from on the launch pad where he sort of is set. I feel like you want to get him in position, and because you've got the 5-star, which will protect him a bit, not too much, but then you've got the 4-star, which does protect him and gives him more damage reduction, and then you've got the extra fire damage as well. It just all seems to sort of stack on top of each other and do loads of damage in a small area. Where I find if you sort of use him in sections, it doesn't quite hit as hard, but can clear out a certain area really, really well. So for me, if there's an area, especially a cluster, without the shield gen, I do like to take away that first, and you want to get rid of that, then Volcanicus is a really good option. If you don't get him within that sort of meteor space, if you don't get him within that extinction space, then he dies very quickly. He is very squishy. And so you do need to get him in that extinction area and keep him in that area. If you do that, you can normally get him within that area, get a 3-star ability off, get his 5-star off, and then get another 3-star ability off in that area. You can actually keep him alive quite well, but he needs to get in position quite quickly. If you can do that, he's really effective. The downside, we'll come back to that in a minute. In terms of Computron, I really like the fact that he does huge amount of damage. His cryo as well, not really something people counter right now, and so he does a crazy amount of damage. Also that hack immunity, if you drop him when Cosmos drops or Mind Wipe, it just means that it gives you that hack immunity from that. It gives you hack immunity from the Age, gives you hack immunity from Peacemaker as well. So there's multiple reasons to give that hack immunity, and with hack being so prevalent in the game right now, it's really, really cool. Obviously his hack is crazy good as well, don't get me wrong, and obviously the utility of the fact that he can't get hacked by another combiner. There are occasions, although rare, that my bots do get in trouble, and I think I need to pop my combiner. I pop my combiner down, and then all of a sudden, Loudkaiser pops out and hacks my combiner, and I get nothing out of it other than avoiding abilities. Where at least with Computron, you've got that safety net, where if it gets hacked, you've not got to worry. I like the fact he's got stealth as well. It's not a shield like the other bots. So he's got stealth. He's literally invisible. So he's taking no damage at all. So he's slightly a different utility. So looking at Volcanicus, the problem with Volcanicus is that he's countered by 2 build bots. You've got the FFD, which removes the reduction of damage, which is in his 4-star ability, and in his 5-star ability, so it nullifies that. And you've got the anti-fire build bot, which reduces his damage. So the whole thing about Volcanicus is damage and damage reduction. Keep him alive in an area and do a huge amount of damage without taking them build bots out first is a bit of a risk. And I find that, again, that's quite well balanced. Because I feel like he probably does the highest amount of damage in an area out of all the combiners, at the risk of having the most counters as well. So make sure you take out them build bots first, guys. Into the Computron, I find it really hard to get both his 5-star and 4-star abilities in the same area to work. Because one hacks, and when you hack something, you want it to speed up and do loads of damage in an area. And then when you put the 5-star version down, it slows that down. So the two don't work together. Now, if you use the hack and then use the cryo on top, it will clear an area. But you'll find that the cryo and the 3-star ability already combo each other and probably work better if you can get him in place. It's quite squishy. You've got to use that 3-star ability first. If not, you're not going to get both abilities off. You're not going to get the 4-star and 5-star off, guys. I've tried. You need to hit that stealth straight away. He is countered by the anti-hack build bots, but that's it. There's only one build bot that counters him. So, that's not bad. That's not bad. You have got the anti-cryo build bot for the 5-star version, but it's not really used that much right now. People use it for ruination, but people not really cottoned on. So, the 4-star and 5-star, although both countered by different things, aren't really in the meta right now. So, it's still quite viable. If they are in the base, you're looking at one of them. You very rarely see 2 anti-hacks, 2 anti-cryos, or even an anti-hack and an anti-cryo. You might find one of them at a push. So at least you can use the ability without even taking out a build bot, but it's only one build bot at most. Then on to Omega Supreme. So Omega Supreme is obviously counted by the anti-electric build bots, and other than that, he's not really countered by anything. It's only the 5-star ability. The reflection is really good. It's got 2 after death abilities, which are really cool. So, they've all got a use in the game. That's what I'm trying to make out. If you want to use someone on the launch pad, take out an area, reflect some damage from ability damage, then Omega is your person, with only electric build bots to counter. If you want to do some wide area damage, anywhere on the map, really, you've got good range, then Computron's your person, with very limited counters, really, in the meta right now. And if you want to do some damage, focused damage in an area, then Volcanicus is your man. We'll take out a great cluster of defenses at the cost of the build bots. So all 3 have got really good utility. You will speak to some people, they'll say Volcanicus is best. Some people will say that Computron is best. Some people will say Omega is best. And I don't think any of them are right, any of them are wrong. It depends how you use them. But the point I'm trying to make is that they're all well balanced. They're all well used in the game. They've all got their uses. And I think that's where they need to be. And I feel like if we get Ruination up to that level, where he's got a niche in the game, he's got a use, I feel like we'll have got it right. And this is the standard now for all 5-star combiners, to have a use in a certain situation and do that really well. Have an after death ability and maybe be countered by at least one build bot. That's generally the consensus that I find. So let me know what combiner you're using was. Do you use any of these 3? Do you use someone else? Is there one of these that you're chasing right now and you think will be the combiner for you? Let me know in the comments, guys, what you guys think.